Hey, this is Jasper. I've been having a really great time digging out history. On Google Books, I've been a Google Book miner. I'm following veins of interesting historiography. Google Books scans everything that they can get their hands on. So I found through free text searching, I've been able to locate just amazing things. And I've been blogging about it on my blog, jasperswardrobe.com. So come take a look at it if you haven't already. But I would like to maybe trace out the big picture, which is hard when you're covering a couple thousand years of history. But I've found, other people have found, it's just coming out in the last maybe 10 years, people have, historians have started looking at religion again. So what we realized is that as a group, people that were looking at history, we had been secularizing our history. We've been looking back and we've been cutting out people's spiritual or religious experiences and kind of washing history of that so that we have this very secular idea of early America or whatever we're studying. And it's totally not true. There are whack jobs, just like we are now. They're just as crazy as we are. So it's useful now that we don't have to pretend that we are predestined to secularization, which is kind of this millenarian idea, which is very ironic. But now that we can get past this predestination, we look back and there's all kinds of fucking interesting stuff that was going on in the 1600s and 1500s. There's a lot of gender radicalism going on, but it was within the Christian churches. It was within the sects on the fringes of the Protestant Reformation. All kinds of cults and secret societies and wave after wave of whacked out communitarians who left Europe to found a new Jerusalem in America. All these waves of millenarians. But, to my surprise, as I looked at it, what I realized is a lot of the heretical ideas that the radical pietists and some of the Calvinists and the alchemy people, some of the ideas were about a fundamental androgyny of God. And it's really amazing because it was a huge part of the esoteric public sphere. But that's too much to go into here. You'll have to look at it. But it kind of stems from Plato and the Greeks and how it was introduced into Christianity in the early centuries of the church in Rome, before Rome fell. So they were taking these Greek ideas and Platonism and translating them into Christian theory. But what they came up with was this idea that Adam was bisexed, right? So Adam and Eve, that first earthling, that's apparently the translation of Adama from Hebrew. The first earthling was... he was both sexes. Adam and Eve were the same person until they got split apart by God. And that was part of falling from grace, is to be split in gender. And it's like, it's fantastic that this keeps coming up. So this was a perennial source of inspiration for these groups to reform gender and to create a new world. They wanted to heal the gender divide. So, it's crazy. And I'm not saying that they were all good. I'm not saying these are great people. Led in all kinds of weird things. But it's nice to see how a genderqueer heresy It's not something from the 70s or the 80s. It's not something that came up with the flower children. It's something that was at the very beginnings of Christianity, in fact. That's funny. This idea of the perfection of God being all-gendered, pan-gendered. So Adam, the Adam-Eve dyad is made in the image of God. So God is himself genderqueer. he's got two sexes. So so all kinds of other stuff. I can't tell you 2,000 years of history, but I've got about 100 blogs now on my website, jasperswardrobe.com. Oh, and I have a really nice mobile theme that I made. So if you do mobile, look at my blog on your mobile device. It is sweet. It's the same theme on the blog as on the iPhone or the Android or whatever. So thanks. Take a look. And I put enough stuff up there to transform anyone's idea of gender if you read through it. It's interesting. And, I need to print it. I'll maybe print it out. I printed a magazine. You can find out about that on my site too if you go. So let me just thank everybody who has responded to one of my things. I don't write back as much as I should, but I treasure every response. So have a great day, sweeties. Don't forget, go see the ancient heresy of the bisext deity. Bye bye.